the bodies hit the... Nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. Let the body get the fuck. Let the body get the fuck. Let the body get the Let the body get the fuck. Let the body get the fuck. Let the body get the fuck.
Hello, and welcome to the Cinemorgue. I am your host with the least, your coroner, through the exciting autopsy examinations of our favorite slasher killers. I am Slash Flicks, and today we're going to finish our examination of the victims of Angela Baker with her final film, Return to Sleepaway Camp. Angela is already up to 48 victims within her first 4 films. Now, generally we usually only count victims we know to have been killed by the killer, to have definitively been killed by our killer, that we have seen be killed by our killer. However, after giving it some thought, we decided it best to go ahead and add
John and Angela Baker to our count as well. I mean, after all, it was Angela and Peter's actions that led to their deaths in the first film.
This brings Angela's total victims up to 50 as we head into
To Return to Sleepaway Camp. Filmed in 2003 but released in 2008 direct-to-video due to CGI issues, Return to Sleepaway Camp ignores parts 2, 3, and 4. Return to Sleepaway Camp is a direct sequel to the original 1983 film, and is written and directed by the original's creator, Robert Hiltzig. The film itself is brash, crude, and oftentimes disgusting, and it lets us know that Hiltzig never really grew up. Protagonist of this film is a whiny little brat named Alan.
Everyone's always picking on me!
Why is everybody always picking on me?
A completely unlikable character in a film full of completely unlikable characters. Not even returning stars and special cameos can save this one.
So, how many more victims does Angela claim in Return to Sleepaway Camp?
Let's check out the autopsy and find out. The film begins with credits over terribly done graphics of newspaper headlines. Goat and Friends' song Return to Sleepaway Camp reminds us of what franchise we're watching. The film proper begins with campers hilariously lighting their own farts on fire.
Farts will never not be funny. I'm sorry.
What are you dicks laughing at?
Now what is so damn funny?
Farting. Didn't I just tell you it would never not be funny?
This charming pile of filth is Alan, the film's main protagonist.
When I said earlier that he was a completely unlikable character, I meant it. Every time he's on screen, you just want him to shut up.
No, you shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
He tries to join in the fun. Holy shit, is that Nick Jonas? No, I guess not. But ends up producing little more than a shart before threatening to burn the entire camp to the ground. Counselor Randy shows up to manhandle Alan before we hear Alan drop his catchphrase for the first of many, many times in the film.
Your ass stinks!
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
What is that, a catchphrase, or is that epilepsy?
Alan scampers off and we fade into morning, where the campers are gathered in the mess hall, and camp owner Frank, played by Vincent Pastore, introduces every 2000s teen ever to Sheriff Jerry, a rad local cop who speaks through a voice box and whose face is always hidden under those glasses for some.
Can you play Intergalactic on that thing?
After Frank dismisses Jerry, Randy straight up assaults Alan in front of everybody.
Again, this is bad because as an audience, I don't think anyone really cares anything for Alan. He's just a nasty character all around.
As Randy continues to belittle Alan, Ronnie, played once again by Paul D'Angelo in his short shorts, saves Alan from further embarrassment.
Your ass stinks.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Like me, you already hate hearing this stupid catchphrase.
What is that, a catchphrase or is that epilepsy?
But get used to disappointment. You'll be hearing it a lot throughout the film. Also, why does Randy look so sad after Alan says that?
In the arms of the angel.
He's over here looking like a Save the Children ad.
There really is no redeeming quality to Alan in this film. He's written as both a bully and a victim.
Moving, fatty, fat. I'm not fat. I'm big boned.
Therefore, it's hard to empathize with him at all, with everyone constantly treating him like shit. It makes his conflict with the other campers that much more ridiculous. As Alan goes to the kitchen to get some food, he meets up with head chef Charlie, played by Isaac Hayes,
Who's no stranger to playing chefs, am I right?
Hello there, children.
who turns his kitchen duties over to Mickey and then promptly fucks off in order to
It's your motherfucking movie check.
Shit, yeah, we got to get paid.
Mickey, who I always thought was Jim Brewer,
Bingo was his name, oh yeah!
then proceeds to once again assault Alan.
At this point, I'm not even mad.
Mickey throws some eggs and Alan retaliates by throwing a knife.
That escalated quickly.
Mickey's cry brings Frank, Ronnie, and Petey into the kitchen, and here it's where the film gets meta for a moment.
Let me go, you big pussy! Pussy!
Alan runs off screaming to go find some frogs. Why are you hanging out with frogs, dude?
My friends!
To each his own, I guess.
We cut back to the kitchen where Mickey is suddenly accosted by the mysterious killer that most of us probably figure is Angela. Hoisted up over a deep fryer and dunked in a kill reminiscent of Artie Cook from Part 1. This gives Angela her 51st franchise kill with some pretty good practical effects by Pete Gurner.
Toasty!
Later that night at a camp social,
Oh! Thought we got rid of these after the first Sleepaway camp.
Alan fawns over Karen, the girl he likes, until he's called over by TC in a manner that seems strangely familiar.
Yo, Alan, come here, buddy. Buddy.
As Karen not so eloquently turns Alan down due to his shirt smelling like eggs, Alan becomes the victim of sexual assault by campers Bella and TC.
That's assault, brother.
And yet still I feel nothing for this character. And what witty one-liner is Alan gonna drop on us now?
Your ass stinks.
God, I hate this movie.
Behind a staging area, two campers named Weed and Stan prepare a roach made of cow dung
That is one big pile of shit.
to prank an unsuspecting camper. If Weed sounds familiar, it's because he was played by Adam Wiley, the voice of Curly from Hey Arnold.
Here's Curly.
Good save, man.
They try and teach Alan how to properly smoke up,
You gotta take big toes and hold it in, otherwise you're wasting it.
but this just leads to a coughing fit and an unfortunate nickname for poor Alan.
Blowjob.
God damn it, I hate this movie. Later that night, while Weed
High as a kite and my teeth are green.
passes out down by the lake, our mysterious killer once again shows up. This time the killer feeds Weed some gasoline through a tube, and after a blink and you might miss it PSA on the dangers of drug use, uses a lit joint as a fuse and blows that motherfucker up. The CGI here isn't the best, but I do love me a good explosion kill. Ronnie and Frank discuss the death in a manner so reminiscent of the original, I'm waiting for Ronnie to say,
I remember that boy being a pretty damn good swimmer.
Ronnie is convinced that Angela is somehow back and suggests that Sheriff Jerry go check in with Angela's cousin Ricky.
Maybe I'll do that.
The next day, as if nothing happened at all, we get a Sleepaway Camp staple with another softball game. Hell yeah! Hey, remember this wonderful exchange from the first film?
Eat shit and die, Ricky.
Eat shit and live, Bill.
What do you have in store for us this time?
Hey, Bella, your ass stinks. Fuck you. No, fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you!
Fuck you!
Fuck you!
Fuck you! And fuck your brother! What did you say?
Fuck you!
Fuck you too! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Fuck you.
Fuck you, lady, and fuck you, Randy.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Fuck you.
Fuck you, Jobu.
Fuck you!
Fuck you!
Fuck you back!
Fuck you!
Fuck you.
Fuck you all, you motherfuckers!
Well, fuck you then.
Fuck you!
Fuck you, pay me.
Fuck you, Clarence Mamone! Fuck you, Brennan!
Fuck you, Jill. You're a horrible fucking woman.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Fuck you!
Yeah. Fuck you!
Fuck you.
Fuck you! Fuck me!
Fuck you, lady! Fuck you fucking fuckers!
Hey, fuck you, man.
You! Fuck you! Fuck you, Lance!
Fuck you, man.
Fuck me. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Lance.
Fuck you. Fuck you, pay me.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck the three of you!
Oh, fuck you! Fuck you, Sam Rothstein! Fuck you!
Fuck you!
God damn it. I really do hate this fucking movie.
In a scene that makes zero sense in an already nonsensical movie, we see a night-to-day paintball sequence that only exists to show just how unliked Alan is.
This only serves the purpose of making Alan have even more motive for the murders that we know he's not even committing.
The highlight of the whole scene is the zipline kid, played by Webster P. Winery Jr., who doesn't quite stick the landing. Sheriff Jerry makes a trip out to visit Ricky, and hey, is that original Ricky actor Jonathan Tiersten?
You know I am, so cut the shit.
Ricky tells Jerry that it can't be Angela killing everyone at Camp Manabe because she's still in the asylum and isn't getting out anytime soon.
You can tell, though, that this film ignores parts 2 through 4, since we're told in part 4 that Angela was never found after the events of part 3, but here they're telling us that she's been in a psych hospital since 1983.
Alan has convinced Karen to meet him at his special place, but soon discovers that all his frog friends have been skinned. Turns out the culprit this time was his brother Michael, and this other bozo. And why?
This is freaking cool, man!
After yet another altercation with the girls, this time on the dock by the lake, Alan is bullied by Randy, who is supposed to be a counselor. He's abusing children here. Alan's rescued by Ronnie and Petey, and the campers are treated to yet another social.
Between the original Sleepaway Camp and this one, I'm convinced that camps like this have at least 24 socials a day.
Alan is once again depicted in a light that makes it impossible to feel bad for him. Karen reluctantly participates in a scheme to prank Alan by embarrassing him in front of the whole camp. But once again, he's saved by Petey. This, of course, brings up some questions from Ronnie.
Funny, Petey. Every time Alan gets in any trouble, you're always there. Who are you? Who are you really? Where do you come from, huh? Every single time Alan gets in trouble, there you are, Johnny on the spot. Why is that, Petey? Huh? Why? You know what I'm talking about. Peter? It's not Peter, is it? No. It's Angela!
After Ronnie's wild accusations, several campers stalk Alan with a chant worse than death. And Alan screams and simply runs away. While gathering up a search party, camp owner Frank is hit with a hammer and wakes up in his bird's cage.
Yeah, so I didn't mention this before, but to make things even weirder, Frank has a bird named Matilda that he apparently loves even more than getting his sex on.
You be a good baby while Daddy's out, okay? Okay, my sweet Matilda?
Frank is eaten alive by rats off-screen, but we do get to see his chewed-up body later. Several of the other boys meet up with TC and decide to get into some trouble.
Yeah, man, we're going on a panty raid at the younger girls' funk.
Wait, the fuck did he just say?
We're going on a panty raid at the younger girls' funk. Panty raid, younger girls' funk. Younger girls' funk.
Panty Raid is bad enough, but why do you have to put it in the younger girl's bunk? It's just creepy and illegal.
Since TC was put on lockdown due to the prank he pulled on Alan, he can't go on the panty raid, so he spends his time reading a dirty magazine. The wrong wood comes flying up from the floor, and TC is rocketed backwards. Spaz comes back, covered in the younger girl's panties, and the two men take turns being stupid.
Pointed stick is coming up through the floor, so of course put your eye to it. This can't possibly end bad.
TC takes the stick directly to the eye and runs around looking for help. He finds it in the form of a wall that pushes the stick further into his skull. Meanwhile, Randy and Linda, two camp counselors, sneak off to get a little frisky, and Randy suddenly has to pee. Randy is then tied from behind to a nearby tree and has his genitals tied via fishing wire to his Jeep. Linda soon realizes...
Oh shit! He's coming after me!
Why does that sound so familiar?
They're eating her! And then they're going to eat me!
Oh yeah, Troll 2.
Oh my god!
The acting was so much better in that.
Linda shifts into another gear, literally, and as she's driving away, the fishing line around Randy's Johnson grows taut and rips his manhood clean off.
Yoink!
We're with you, Randy. As Linda continues driving away, she's met with a vicious that wraps around her face and causes her to crash the Jeep into a nearby tree.
But we're not ready to zip up those body bags on Randy and Linda just yet, folks. Let's move on, and we'll come back to them later.
Ronnie and Jenny, another camp counselor, discover Frank's body, along with some evidence that points to Alan being the culprit.
I'll kill you, motherfucker!
We then see Bella getting into bed, settling down with her magazine when, what's that? A flurry of spikes. The masked killer leaps down from the rafters like he's Rey Mysterio coming off the top rope and slams the spikes down into Bella, impaling her multiple times. As the newly deceased begin to get discovered, the counselors all take turns tossing out their ideas of who the killer is. Regardless of the murderer's identity, we get this amazing exchange of dialogue.
Is that Ricky? Ronnie? What the hell are you doing here? I was gonna ask you the same thing.
What the hell was that?
That does not make sense.
This is the most fucking confusing movie I've ever seen.
I love how Ronnie and Ricky act as though they aren't standing right next to each other and that this isn't their first interaction in 20 years.
For no reason other than we still have to think of Ricky as a red herring, he creepily walks up to Jenny outside the cabin. Karen discovers Bella's body and assumes it was Alan picking off all those who wronged him. She runs into the woods to try and escape, and that's when she runs into Randy, bleeding and barely alive. I'm going to put Randy on the slab here, because it's very likely that he would have died from extreme blood loss.
His whole hang down was ripped violently off, and we don't know how long he was even hanging out there for.
As Karen runs away, she discovers Linda in very much the same condition as Randy and looking like one of Cactus Jack's plaything. Karen runs into our black hooded killer and cartoonishly faints.
Okay. I may have added that sound effect.
She wakes sometime later to find herself tied to the automatic basketball hoop in the social hall. As the killer turns it on and it starts to hang her, Michael, Alan's douchey stepbrother who skinned his frogs, comes in and saves the day. Thinking this is the handiwork of Alan, Michael grabs a croquet mallet,
Here's Johnny!
and goes a-hunting. He finds Alan in a special spot and beats the ever-living piss out of him, before Michael is accosted by the killer and later found looking like a Cenobite.
Tear your soul apart.
Like Randy and Linda, Michael is still breathing when we last see him, but I mean, come on. No one's gonna survive that. And who was our mysterious killer all along?
I've been waiting a long time for this.
Angela. It was Angela. If you haven't figured that out by now, there's just nothing that can help you.
I knew it was you.
Did you, Ronnie?
Peter? No, wait. It's not Peter, is it? No. It's Angela!
Hey, wait a minute. What happened to Petey? It's almost as if this film forgot about her after she served her purpose of being accused by Ronnie, but Robert Hiltzig wouldn't do that. Would he?
God! Angela's the killer, and she was really my boy!
The makeup to turn OG Angela actress Felissa Rose into Sheriff Jerry took 4 hours to apply and included a fake nose, fake teeth, fake facial hair, and lots of airbrushing. But Felissa, being the person that she is, never let it break her spirit on or off set. The movie ends with Angela cackling to bring us into the end credits. A denouement takes place 3 weeks earlier and shows how Angela, having somehow escaped a mental institution, coerced the real Sheriff Jerry to climb under her car. She releases the jack and crushes his head in what I would consider this franchise's worst visual effect.
So, with that out of the way, how does Angela rank among our more famous slashers? Let's check out my coroner report. In this film, Angela added 9 kills to her record. 7 more men, only 2 more women. This gives Angela an overall franchise total of 59 kills. Her total numbers now include 22 women and 37 men, including her own father and the real Angela Baker.
I'm going to give Kill of the Week to Weed. As I said earlier, I love me a good explosion, and this one comes complete with its own PSA. The try harder next time kill will go to Sheriff Jerry. Yeah, Frank's kill was off screen, but the effects on Sheriff Jerry are just bad.
Join me next time as we perform the autopsies on the victims of one of Wall Street's most notorious American psychos. Until then, I'm SlashFlix, and remember, next time, it could be you at my table.
There is an idea of a Patrick Bateman, some kind of abstraction, but there is no real me, only an entity, something illusory. And though I can hide my cold gaze, and you can shake my hand and feel flesh gripping yours, and maybe you can even sense our lifestyles are probably comparable, I simply am not there.